5, we are told that given that x cubed plus x squared minus 7 is exactly equals to, into bracket, ax squared plus bx plus c close bracket multiplied by x minus 3 close bracket plus d. Find the values of a, b, c, and d. Well, we realize that this one is we are going to use method 2, whereby this one is in terms of fx is equals to qx. This is times the divisor plus the remainder. Exactly, this is in that format. And the moment we open all these brackets, they should be equals to the left-hand side. Now, what exactly do we do? The first thing we should do, because we can already see that this one is being opened, this one is, we are supposed to open the right-hand side to be equals to the left-hand side, we should, as much as possible, try to make one of these brackets 0. How do we nullify? The reason why we want to make one of these brackets, and this is the best bracket to first of all make equals to 0, is so that we do not have so many terms. We are going to have reduced terms that have some value. So we can start by saying, let x be equals to 3. The moment we say x is equals to 3, then we are going to, of course, make this bracket be equals to 0, because 3 minus 3 is 0. And at that point, when x is equals to 3, then we have 3 cubed 27 plus 3 squared 9 minus 7 is going to be equals to the whole of this bracket multiplied by 0 is going to be equals to d, or rather this times 0, which is 0 plus d. So that step alone can give us the value of d. What is the value of d? 27 plus 29, that is 36, minus 7, we can already see our d is equals to 29. Having done that, there is another way we can reduce x, and if we reduce x on the left hand side, whereby we can say let x be equals to 0 now, we are going to have this term giving us 0, this term giving us 0, and the left hand side is going to give us 0 plus 0 minus 7 equals to a times 0, which is 0, plus b times 0, which is 0, equals to c. 0 times 3, negative 3, is negative 3c. Of course, we are going to have negative 3c plus d. But what is our d? But we have already realized our d, which is 29. Our d is 29. So we are simply saying that minus 7 is equals to 29 minus 3c. 29 minus 3c. So what is our c? If we take our negative 3c on that other side, is going to be 3c is equals to 29 plus 7, which is 36. So if you divide by 3 and by 3, our c is going to be 12. Our c is definitely going to be 12. At that point, if we decided, now we have two terms, if we decided to open these brackets, first of all, if we decided to open that bracket, we can go to the level of comparing coefficients of x cubed and x squared. What do we have? Comparing the coefficient of x cubed and x squared. If we decided to open this bracket, how do we find x cubed on the right hand side? We just have to multiply that and that to get x cubed. So in a nutshell, we are simply saying that x cubed is equals to ax cubed. There is no other term that you are going to have to give us x cubed on the right hand side. Already you can see if these are equal, the left hand side term equals to the right hand side term, then we are going to have our a. You can see there is a 1 there, a silent 1 there. So our a is straight equals to 1. There is something to be done as far as the coefficient of x squared is concerned. There is something to be done. Because how do we get x squared? X squared, unless we have, how do we get x squared? Ax squared times minus 3. This will give us minus 3ax squared. That times that will ensure that we have x squared. Another one that will ensure that we have x squared is bx times x. Bx multiplied by x, which is bx squared. And when we add the two, we're going to have b minus 3a. This is x. These are the coefficients. When we put them together, because we have b minus 3ax squared, when we combine them, they will give us something of this nature. Having done that, which is going to be equals to, that is going to be equals to something to do with, we have already had x squared exactly going to be equals to all x squared combined on the right hand side. We are going to have something that looks like this: b minus 3a x squared. Of course, you can see the coefficient of x squared on the left hand side is 1, and the coefficient of x squared on the right hand side is b minus 3a. So we can easily say that b minus 3a is equals to 1. But there is what our a is. We have but a is equals to 1. So easily b minus 3 is equals to 1. So what is our value of b? Is equals to 1 rather. Is equals to 1. Is equals to 1. Because our a was 1. Here it is. Our a is 1. So easily we can find out that this takes us to the level whereby our b is equals to 1 plus 3, which is a 4. And all what we are saying is that x cubed plus x squared minus 7 exactly equals to ax squared. If we can now bring this one there, we can have x squared, because our a is 1, plus 4, because our b is 4, 4x plus c, which is 12, plus 12 multiplied by x minus 3 plus 29 over x minus 3. Of course, this has been achieved, and the value of a therefore is 1, the value of b is 4, the value of c is 12, and the value of d is simply 29. This example 5 is exactly the same as example 4, only that we have given it a different approach, but of course the solutions are simply the same. All right?